I'm in Japan and diving into the world of Super Famicom, exploring legendary game stores like Hobbystation and Super Potato, and seeing what hidden gems I can score on the cheap. Hey everybody, and welcome back to LeifTV. This is episode 2 of my retro game hunting adventure in Japan, where I search for the best retro finds in Tokyo. Last time I was on the hunt for Famicom games, but today we're leveling up. Today is all about the Super Famicom. Will I find rare exclusives? Will I completely miscalculate yen to US dollar conversions? Let's watch.
It could mean actual advances in the field of science.
It's almost as if you've been doing too much science.
I was recently in Japan, which means one thing: time for another retro game hunt. This time I'm on the hunt for Super Famicom games in Akihabara, Tokyo, where the streets are lined with neon lights, arcade noises, and just enough chaos to make you question reality. I'll be stopping by at Hobbystation and the legendary Super Potato in search of Super Famicom exclusives that won't completely wreck my budget. Each store will either rate a superstar if it's awesome, or a sad Goomba if it's, well, sad. And at the end, I'll show off my Super Famicom haul, so be sure to stick around, because who knows what weird gems I'll dig up. Let's go! Akihabara is absolute sensory overload. Blinking lights, towering billboards, and enough anime mascots staring at you to make you question if you're in a fever dream. After hunting for Famicom games, I shifted my focus to Super Famicom, and my first stop was a place called Hobbystation. Now, maps told me that this was a retro game store, so I went in with high hopes, but right away, the signage called itself a card game communication shop, which is already setting off alarms. Inside, it's tiny. A couple of shelves, some vending machines, and wall-to-wall Pokémon cards. No retro games, no Super Famicom, just Pikachu staring into my soul. So yeah, bad job, maps. For retro game hunters, Hobbystation gets a big ol' sad Goomba. My second stop was just a few blocks away, and let me tell you, this place was impossible to miss. I turned a corner and was immediately greeted by a massive building covered in giant Pac-Man and Mario cutouts. Now when you see two of gaming's biggest icons plastered on a store, you know you're in for something special. Welcome to Super Potato, a 5-story shrine dedicated to retro gaming. The second I stepped inside, I knew I was in the right place. Giant statues of Fox McCloud and Mario stood proudly by the entrance, as if they were personally welcoming me into this glorious gaming wonderland. Off to the side, a CRT TV was playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 on the NES. Because of course it was. This place oozes nostalgia. Now, I came prepared. I brought my trusty backpack for my game hunting haul, but then I looked over and saw the guy next to me carrying an absolute monster-sized backpack. This thing looked like it could hold an entire game collection, a tent, emergency rations, and maybe a small pet. I don't know where he got that thing, but next time, I'm upgrading. As soon as I started looking around, I got instantly distracted. The first thing I saw, a giant wall of Famicom games. And I know, Famicom games were last episode's mission, but how could I resist? The cards are so tiny and colorful, with bright anime-style artwork that makes every single game look like a hidden treasure. Plus, a ton of them are complete in box. It's dangerous for my wallet. The only problem? I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking at. Half of these games could be lost masterpieces, and the other half could be shovelware trash. And to make things worse, my yen to US dollar mental conversion calculator is completely broken. I'd love to stay and sift through these, but I have to stay focused. Moving on, I found a fantastic collection of Game Boy games. Plus rows of neatly organized consoles and controllers. There were Dreamcasts, Saturns, Fight Sticks, boxed Famicoms, Super Famicoms, and other things I couldn't even recognize. If you're into Sega Saturn collecting, this place is basically heaven. And finally, I made my way to the Super Famicom section, and just like the Famicom section, I had no clue what I was looking at. All the carts were in Japanese, and most of the cover art gave me zero clues about what the actual game was inside. But mixed in with the mystery titles, I found some absolute classics. After picking out some of the Super Famicom games for my haul, we continued exploring. Super Potato isn't just a store, it's an experience. You could spend an entire day here and still not see everything. There are hidden treasures everywhere. On the top floor, for example, we discovered something incredible. A real-life Pong table. But instead of pixelated graphics, the paddles and ball were actual moving 3D objects. Watching it in action was weirdly mesmerizing. It felt like something from the future, but also from the past? I don't know, it broke my brain a little. At this point, I've been to a lot of retro game stores in Japan, and I can say, without a doubt, Super Potato is the best one yet. This place is a must visit for any retro game collector, nostalgia fan, or just someone who wants to see a shrine dedicated to gaming history. Super Potato gets a rating of a super star. So let's check out what I got and how much I paid. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this retro game hunt, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe for more gaming adventures. And don't forget to leave a comment telling me what your favorite Super Famicom game is. And as always, I'll catch you next time.